What's up guys, thanks for checking out another one of our videos. Today, we've got more Audi S3 content for you. I'm again very excited, as I always am when I'm modifying my own cars, but today is the exhaust. Finally got my Milltek Catback in. Had a little bit of an issue with shipping on the first go around where the ends were damaged. Looks like it had been dropped off a truck or something. But Milltek really took care of us, and they got us another muffler section and another resonator section to replace the damaged parts, and we are ready to install. So why did I pick the Milltek Catback? Well, to be honest, I figured this would be a good wife-approved exhaust. And since my wife does drive this car, I wanted her to have something that she would enjoy, and she doesn't particularly care for over-the-top loud exhaust. I opted for the resonated midsection, and this is the valve option as well, which will be retaining the factory little valve actuators that'll go on and off with sport mode. And yeah, it's a giant muffler, so that should take care of a considerable amount of the sound when it's in drive mode. And since my wife, I don't think, knows how to put it in sport mode, she'll never have to deal with the louder, more obnoxious version of this exhaust. First up, we got the resonator section. Stainless steel, you can see it's MIG welded, full 3-inch. This is gonna be a little bit less restrictive, I think, or at least just by looking at it, than the factory, because first of all, it's 3-inch, but there's actually, the pipe is at an angle in here, rather than going down and then opening up into this canister and then having another pipe coming out. It actually is a pipe that goes through that's perforated, and so when you're at wide open throttle, you're gonna get higher velocity air or exhaust gases are gonna go through rather than going through the perforations and allowing the sound to dampen. You're just gonna get more flow through. So it's a little bit better for wide open throttle. It'll be less restrictive at wide open throttle anyways, which is really what you want. And then whenever you're driving around normally, it's gonna be more quiet. When you get on it, you're gonna get the noise. One thing I will say about this style of slip joints, they're not my favorite because they never quite line up right. It takes some work to actually get it in there, and probably have to get a screwdriver and spread these out a little bit so that it will go in properly. But this is the joiner section that goes from the stock exhaust to the Milltek exhaust. So we have some clamps here. Looks like this is the smaller clamp, so it's gonna go on that side, like that. And then this will go in there, and then that goes in the muffler section. So let me grab, I was just wondering what these are, but I pulled off this little cross brace here, and my guess is correct, they are spacers to give you a little bit more clearance for this with the new exhaust. That's my guess. Since they line up, I'm pretty sure that's correct. We'll find out here in just a second though. Now I'm going to take these control solenoids, whatever you call them, exhaust, active exhaust valve. I'm taking these off and transferring them over to the Milltek exhaust, and then it will function like factory with sport mode and everything, opening these valves and letting it be a little louder. What I really like about this exhaust so far, one of the things that I really like about it is that all of the hardware is the same size as the factory hardware. So you don't have to have multiple wrenches or stuff. You just install everything with the same wrench. And I know that's not like that big of a deal, but it is kind of. a lot of pipe and a lot of clamps, and they go on that in some fashion. The little exhaust tip extenders to get them out where we need them to go. So soon, some of these are way too big, so I don't think these big ones get used. I'm not sure. Oh, I bet they go on the tips themselves. That's what the big ones are for. Let's go ahead and stick that on there. That, and that. Black tips because black is the fastest. Oh, that's a tight fit. Okay. All right, now there's fingerprints everywhere, and we're ready to burn those suckers in. All right, we got everything tight underneath. Took a bit of effort to get everything adjusted and square so that the mufflers and the tips are all in the right spot. Came out pretty good. We did run into a little bit of trouble with the resonated section. Don't think it would be a problem with the straight through section, which is an option, but the resonator is super close to the drive shaft. So I'm a little bit concerned that on bumps, it's gonna hit the drive shaft. We'll just have to see what happens from there. And it may be something where I end up ordering the section without the resonator just to stop it, because the only other thing I could do, which I might do anyways, is there's that exhaust hanger right there at the front of the resonator section. You can get rid of that, or you can just pull that off and let it hang. I don't know that I like that idea very much either, but it would work. It'll sit a little bit lower. All right, we got the tips on there all nice and tight. Now it's time to get all the fingerprints off before we fire this thing up. Also, the benefit of black tips is that you can't see how dirty your tips are. They just keep looking good, even when they're covered in soot. Okay, looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and lower this guy down and see what she sounds like. Okay, tips look clean. Let's go ahead and lower this girl down and see what she sounds like. Okay, just finished it up. Did a few passes down our little drag strip over here, and if it was for me personally, just me, I would go with the non-resonated version of this exhaust for just a little bit more noise, a little bit more decibel. The resonated version is very quiet and almost indistinguishable from stock. You can just barely tell the tone, the note is a little different, and it's got a nice, like slightly deeper, more of a European growl to it. Which is really nice. Outside the car, it sounds really good. I haven't heard it yet. I'm being told by Charles that it's really nice. But other than that, like I really like the exhaust. I don't think my wife is going to notice. We'll find out later, probably today, if she does. So that'll be interesting. I'm not going to tell her it's on there. We'll just see if she says if it's any different or not. But I do think this is definitely going to be a wife-approved catback exhaust. But if you don't have a wife or you don't care, then get the one without the resonator, save just a little bit of money, and enjoy a little bit louder exhaust. In case you're wondering if it has any dyno gains, I don't know that we're going to test that on this car. I might have a chance later this week to do that, but if we do, we'll put it in a footnote in another video. But for now, that's going to be all we do today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button if you did, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more Audi S3 content. But anyways, catch you next time.